What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another volume of Diarrhea of a Madman. I am your host, Johnny Green, and this is a very, very special uh, shit show today, as it is Veterans Day, and I am a veteran. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but congrats to all the veterans. Go get your free fucking meal. Make sure you fucking tip, fucking bastards. But I understand you feel entitled because you get your fucking day and you get all these goddamn meals that you're probably going to multiple places to feed your fucking families and whatnot. Whatever. I don't care. Go get your free shit, especially you first termers and only termers. Um, but tip, you fucking scumbag American fuck. Anyway, that's coming from me, 20-year Army veteran. So, whatever, retiree. Welcome to the shit show. Um, damn, the first thing I had in there was say good things. I have it in my notes. It says say good things. And I didn't. I started out saying bad things, so I'm sorry for that. No, I'm not. I got a cat in here, Lando. I'm gonna grab him because I've had some drinks, and this is gonna be a wild fucking show. So prepare. Lando's my big fucking cat. He fucked me up. So anyway, that's not working. Wow, this show is really starting off right, huh? So, um, anyway, happy Veterans Day to everyone who has served, and yeah, just enjoy your day. I hope you got the day off at least, and had as many drinks as I have had. God damn, this show sucked. Anyway, okay, I joined the army in 2000. That's when I shipped out. I actually went to Maps and did all that shit in 1999 because uh, there was a hold on. There's a problem with my cat, and we're back. So yeah, it was 1999. I graduated in 1998. Was partying way too much, too hard. Uh, Decided to fucking join the army after a situation at home. What was it? I was outside smoking just cigarettes with my older sister. They're all older than me. I'm the youngest of nine. My sister Susan, who at the time was also doing drugs. I mean, we all did drugs. At one point in time, all of us, we all did. Fucking anyway, um, my mom comes outside and she has this little fucking little glass weed pipe and she sets it down and she doesn't. She's like, says, I need to know who this is. She found it, whatever. It was my sister's suit. I took the fucking blame for it, said it's mine. And my mom looked at me and she said, you got 2 weeks to get your shit together. You're getting the fuck out of my house. And I'm pretty sure she said fuck. Fuck. Because this is an Irish Catholic woman from Chicago, born in 1942. This lady does not cuss. So I took that to like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta do something. So what I did was I went and enlisted in the army. Next thing I know, I'm shipping out January 26th, 2000, and I'm off. Whatever. I'm in the army, I go through fucking basic, go through fucking AIT, advanced individual training, where they teach you your fucking job. Um, if you were combat arms, you had OSET, which is one station unit training. It's pronounced that doesn't fucking matter. But after you do basic training in the army, depending on what job you signed up for, they send you to a particular uh, fort that teaches that fucking job. So I ended up going to, um, I was in Virginia for that training, and then stayed in Virginia. I was in Virginia when 9/11 happened. And then as soon as 9/11 fucking, there was a no fucking fly, whatever, that in the United States, it was lifted like after a week. We were on a plane. I was in Egypt. It was a pre planned exercise called Bright Star. You can look it up. So, I mean, if you want to look up conspiracy theory things, you might as well, because not everything that came into Egypt fucking left. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, then I did that. That was the end of '01. So 2002 comes around. The end of 2002, my ass is going to Korea. You know what? I should be pause. I'm gonna get rid of. If you're only listening, I'm sorry, but I found my old fucking beret, and I'm gonna put it on now while I tell this whole fucking story. See if I can remember how to put this some bitch on. I think my brains have gotten bigger since I left the army. What do you think? Pretty sure they have. Anyway, so's my gut. There it is. Ah, still looks like shit. Anyway, so I'm in Korea. However, let me backtrack a little bit. While I'm in Virginia, the United States Army decides they are gonna move from a patrol cap for regular soldiers and go to a beret for everyone. Like uh, before before this, the only people who wore berets in the army were airborne, special forces, and ranger, and they all had different colors. At the time, rangers wore black, airborne wore maroon, and of course, special forces wore green berets. Um, so I think it was a, don't fucking cancel me. It doesn't fucking matter. Nobody's listening. There was an Asian goddamn general that was like, we're all gonna fucking switch to berets. We're gonna make us look whatever the fuck. And they chose black, which pissed off the Rangers because now everyone's wearing black, and that's how the Rangers went. But this day was the funniest fucking day in the army. We had regular troops, support guys, combat arms guys that weren't ever attached to these. I mean, out of the entire army, these units are a very small. That's why they call them elite groups. I mean, airborne's a little bit bigger because you only wear the maroon beret if you're actively in an airborne unit. Most people are just like they call them two jump chumps because they just go through the training, they get the little fucking airborne wings, and it happens. Anyway, so we get these things like a week out, maybe they're all issued, and then we're giving classes on how to form them, and everyone fucks it up. That morning when this shit was introduced, we had to show up to formation wearing our berets. My first one like covered this whole half of my face. It had like an elephant ear. It looked like an elephant ear that covered all this like that. You had a whole lot of chefs. You had chefs like this and whatever. And it was pretty fucking funny. Because even the support fucking NCOs and whatever didn't really, I mean, they just had the regulation to go off of, but they're like, so anyway, it was hilarious. So the berets happen, And then end of 2002, my ass is going to Korea. I come up on orders. I got to go to South Korea, learn how to fucking drink my ass off. So I go to South Korea, end of 2002. It is a blur, to tell you the truth. One thing I do remember that I'm willing to talk about, coming back off mid tour leave, I was involuntarily extended. Had no idea. Um, I was involuntarily extended. They gave me an extra 3 months out there. Still not sure why, but I had to learn from my best buddy, fucking Erlacher, and I call him Erlacher. His last name is Earlrich. But I was so hammered at the time that I met him that like, he's like Earlrich. I was like Erlacher because I was a Bears fan, and it just stuck. Actually, the dude's pretty badass now. He's a fucking like Brazilian jiu-jitsu badass. Teaches fucking shop at high school and builds fucking Chevelles. He's awesome. Anyway, shout out Jared. You fucking rule. Um, so we're out there in fucking Korea. We're fucking partying. He's the one who tells me after mid tour, he's like, "Yeah, dude, you do an extra. You got extended him." Or he said something like, "I heard. What do you think about your extension?" Anyway, he was in meetings that I wasn't in because I was fucking on leave. I come back and he tells me, and yeah, find out, do an extra 90 days. So I leave Korea. I go to Fort Carson, Colorado, beginning of '04. By the end of '04, I'm in Kuwait. Um, voluntarily, voluntarily, I was expecting my son, and uh, shoot, it was just kind of like a financial thing for me. I was like, I need some money. We got a boy coming. I mean, the army helps pay for things, but also, who doesn't want who doesn't want to not be there while your wife is pregnant? And I know it sounds like shit, but I know I'm an asshole. But I'm going to go off and make some extra money so that we can have a better. Anyway, so I go to Kuwait. I come back beginning of '05. Spend '05 in Colorado. I spend all of '06 in Iraq. I go again. Hey, we're going a little bit up north. 2006. I'm in 12 months. Yeah. So I was all 2006. I was in Iraq. Um, that entire time. That was fun. And then come back from that, go to back to Carson. I come up on orders to go to Virginia. I end up in Virginia end of 2000s and end of 2007, early 2008. I'm having mental issues. It's not a good time. Uh, Trying to get back to Colorado for some fucking reason that I don't want to talk about, but I end up coming up on orders for recruit. I mean, it's the only way, like, they don't move you when you get to a duty station. Like, it is very rare that you get moved out of that duty station if you haven't at least spent a year there. So, I mean, I was calling everyone. I was volunteering for anything overseas. I was going like SF. I was like, anything you got, like fucking give it to me. Just get me the fuck out of Virginia. So, and it sounds so bad. I know my son may watch this one day, and that, well, I wasn't leaving you. Understand that. So I end up getting orders to recruiting. So before my year's up, this Virginia fucking, let me tell you a little bit more about the Virginia. But when I was back there that second time, I had no money. I was going through a divorce. I was living in a buddy's apartment for $100 a month, which he was giving me a fucking deal with. Sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag. I had a huffing issue. I used to inhale fucking duster that I learned from previous deployments. Um, Woke up once with fucking barfed up Quiznos, and I was so mad. I was so mad because I was so broke. I had enough money that I'd lived under a Quiznos. It was weird. It was one of those apartments that was up top, and then they had stores down below. The very bottom place was Quiznos, but I could rarely afford Quiznos. That was anyway. It was a tough time for me. So much so that the unit I was in, originally sent to, they kicked me out of that unit and sent me to another unit that put me on. I was watching the James River from Fort Eustis fucking port from a building. The, the, the fucking light. I was in the lighthouse. I was in the goddamn lighthouse. Um, with a civilian guy working from midnight to fucking 8 a.m. And I had a cab, a regular cabbie, because it's before fucking Uber and all that shit, that would come pick me up during my work days. I was pretty much making a fucking car payment for my cabbie every month. Anyway, but this is how bad it was. Like that unit kicked me out and they fucking put me in this fucking tower with this guy who loved to watch. Um, Man, it was all the Spike TV stuff, like all the like reality TV shows, like what was it, Tia Tequila or whatever. It's the first time I ever seen that girl. This dude would sit there and watch that, and what I would do is I would just go walk the port at night, just whatever, smoke cigarettes, jack off. Anyway, it was a rough time, but the army saw fit for that fucking guy, me, uh, being that mentally stable to become a U.S. Army recruiter. So I went to Army recruiting school, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and graduated, top of my class. Oh, doesn't fucking matter. They don't look bad. And then I requested Colorado Springs because Colorado Springs had a what we called a walk-in market where you didn't even have to try, like because it was right around Fort Carson. And there were so many families, military, whatever. People would just walk in. You never had to make appointments. Anyway, it didn't happen. I got stuck in Fort Collins, Colorado. Fucking Fort Collins, Colorado State University. Okay, I didn't even know what liberals were. I mean, the Buffs were right down the road. Um, Colorado Buffaloes were prime time now. Sucks ass. But this shit was hard. Recruiting fucking sucked. It sucked so much. So I did 3 years out on recruiting. Uh, I did put my nephew in. Sorry, Zach. Um, right before, like, as he was my last contract in the fucking in the army as a recruiter, I put my fucking nephew in. I actually sent him to MEPS a day early and then left fucking town. And they had to call me and they're like, "Hey, he doesn't do MEPS until the day after tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, well, fuck. I'm in Kansas. Looking on my way out." So it was cool. I think he called me or I called him and he's like, "No, it's all right." I went and saw Zero Dark 30 and whatever. He's doing well. He's in Portland now, got a family. Anyway, man, I'm still talking about this shit. I haven't gotten to everything else I was talking about. So recruiting happens. I get done with recruiting. I link back up with my now current wife, who I knew from high school. Thank you, Facebook. And then I end up going to Fort Riley, Kansas. I'm in Fort Riley for shit, less than that year before I'm in Afghanistan. So I spent 9 months in Afghanistan, the end of 2012 and the majority of 2013's Afghanistan. Come back from Afghanistan, go back to Fort Riley, that fucking shithole. Sitting there for a minute and then find out I'm told they're like, "Hey, you're going to Shaw." I'm like, "What the fuck, Shaw?" was like, I didn't even know what the fuck Shaw was. Like, it's an Air Force base. Like, yeah, you're going to a BCD. Oh, fuck, what was I in? Battle, whatever. It doesn't matter. And I don't even know. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. Um, so what the fuck? I'm going to an Air Force base? Hell yeah, I don't give a fuck where it is. Turns out, in South Carolina. Okay, deal. I'm fucking 100 miles from the goddamn beach. I will take it. I'm an army dude. Yeah, whatever. So after 3 years in recruiting, I end up Shaw Air Force Base as an army guy. That's where this little fucking jingling is. It's the only one. It's the last one I put on there. I'm not fucking any taking off shit. But so I come here, and I'm still here. This is where I retired, and I do three more deployments. I'm gonna call them that because I went to fucking Qatar 3 times. I've spent a year and a half out there. I did 6 months each time. But it was like Air Force deployments, right? Like I'm in fucking deep bunkers. I'm in housing like cement fucking walls, like fucking buildings. Like this is holy shit. I'm not in a tent. I'm not in a fucking aluminum fucking container that somebody fucked an air conditioner to. Um, no, I'm in a goddamn building. I got a whole room to myself. It has a fan and I share a common area with one other dude. One other dude. So there's like a kitchen and there's a like what the fuck? This is deployment. All right, cool, whatever. 6 months guitar, I'll do it. I saw some badass cars out there too. Oh, the cars and guitar were the coolest. And this is coming from a guy who just I stayed. I didn't. I stayed away from going off base. It's not my thing. I didn't like it. I walked around and been a fucking American, whatever, in these countries before. It just I wasn't welcome, so I didn't want to push that, especially when I was near the end of my career. You don't volunteer to go out and troll when you're a fucking short timer. Anyway, that's in a Vietnam reference. So, moving on. Man, we are 23 minutes in. I retire, and that's over with. Gone. Okay, what am I watching? Oh, I just watched some fucking movie with Jesse Eisenberg from 2023. It is it's a fucking weird ass movie. Some anti-bro movie called Manodrome or whatever. Adrian Brody's in. Jesse Eisenberg gets fucked by a black dude, and then he shoots him, and it's just a fucking. It's a. What's a fucking wicked weird. I don't know what the hell. It was 2023, so I don't know. They were trying to do some bullshit, but uh, went on net. Oh, so I was sitting there earlier, like I do every day, on the toilet, and I looked over because we have our cabinets open because it's getting below freezing here in South Carolina the past couple days. So we open up the cabinets and like the extended part of the house, bathrooms, to make sure the pipes don't freeze. Anyway, and I'm looking over and I see this Clorox toilet bowl cleaner. You know, the one with the little fucking neck that shoots. Whatever. Uh, so you can get up under the bowl, and it said, oh, "Now kills COVID-19 virus." Okay. I had questions. Um, who's afraid of getting COVID-19 from their toilet? I mean, what the fuck are you doing in your toilet? You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't. You licking your fucking toilet? Like, you should be using gloves and whatever to clean your toilet. So, yeah, I would hope. Okay, can you get COVID-19 from sitting on a toilet seat? And that's what made me fucking remember. In the 90s, did our cleaning solutions do the same thing about the HIV? I want to say they did. I want to say they did. I can't be for sure. Um, I know they did it for the like H1N1 and the flu, all that other shit. But I think for a time during the 90s, like our cleaning stuff, like the kitchen countertops, whatever fucking spray solutions, I think said on there kills HIV virus. And I was like, they had us in such fucking scare of AIDS and HIV. I mean, now if you get it, you fucking, you own part of the Dodgers or you just take a pill every day and it doesn't fucking matter. So anyway, yeah, I thought that was a weird thing. If anyone else remembers that or can attest to it or just call out my bullshit, let me know in the comments. Um, damn, dude, I am 26 minutes into an episode that I normally only do 15 or whatever in. So we're gonna go straight to everyone's favorite time. It is titty time. Twitter trending. Um, what is trending on Twitter? Probably a whole lot of U.S. shit. Yep, Veterans Day. Luca. Oh, Mavs. Did they trade that? Oh no. But excuse me, I forgot that the NBA's on. I heard about goddamn NBA. What was the shit where the court is now like? Remember when it was just like the the announcer desks where they had the digital shit, but now it's like the fucking court is now advertising. What the fuck is going on in the NBA? Like, just play the goddamn game. Fuck, dude. That's why I won't go watch that shit. It's for fucking people with epilepsy, and ADHD. I can't fucking talk. That's fucking sport. It's all goddamn basketball. Ooh, J. What's going on with J Rock? Who the fuck? J. I thought was. Nope, not the one I thought. I mean, to say it like that, it just doesn't matter. All righty. You know what, you guys? We're going to end it on a Lemmy quote like we do every other episode. Lemmy, and I quote, I've never gone to bed with an ugly chick, but I've woken up with a few. End quotes. Lemmy, Motorhead, 2006. All right, you guys, like, comment, subscribe, share. Love you. Later.